Hi, this is Laura with Rethunk Gunk by Laura. Welcome to Thursdays at 3-ish. And let me apologize for my stuffy nose and my cough. I kind of have a cold, but we're powering through. Today we're going to do some projects using Rethunk Gunk, which is our decoupage medium. So you can add fabric, lightweight fabric. We had somebody try corduroy one, so it's a little heavy. So lightweight fabric and paper to your projects. So what you need is gunk and your project. So whatever you're going to do. So we picked some Eastery kind of things, some spring stuff. And this is what we're starting with. We're starting with this. And you can buy these at a craft store. I got mine at the Dollar Spot at Target. But you can get those anywhere. And I have always had a problem with them because I am not artistic at all. I cannot paint anything. I can't draw a stick figure. Well, I guess I can paint things. I can paint furniture, but I can't paint a picture. So if I did this myself with paint, it would just look like I had given it to a child to do. So I wanted something a little bit different than that. So we used the gunk and we adhered. You just made a face. Is there a problem with the video?
No, I had a notification come up. And
okay.
I couldn't see it.
All right. So we used paper. We gunked the paper on. Much better for my comfort zone. So we did this one, and we're going to do it in just a second. We did a little chick, and we did... What is this? Is this my glaze? And we did a bunny. So we're not going to do all of those because you'll get the idea, but we're going to start with the egg. And
Nancy Bradley says she loves the gunk.
Oh, yay! Thank you, Nancy. We love it too. It's pretty awesome. Okay. It's way simple. All you do is take whatever your project is. In a minute, we're going to show you we do it on furniture too. I've got a piece of furniture I've just done it on. So you just coat the piece with the gunk all over, enough so that the edges are the tricky part. So just make sure you really get it on the edges so that it sticks really good on the edges. So you want it all over your piece.
Miss Stedham says, "Hey, Laura.
Hey! All
and
right.
how much is the gunk and what size?"
The gunk is, how many ounces, Tom? 8 ounces?
8 ounces.
Goes forever. And how much? It ranges from...
Roughly $10.
It's around 10. Depending on where you get it, where your retailer's located, blah, blah, blah. So, but it goes forever. Okay, I put the gunk down, and I'm just smushing my paper down now. Okay, and...
I've never heard of the gunk. Please tell us what this is.
It is okay, great question. If you tuned in on time, no, I'm just kidding. It is our decoupage medium. It allows you to put paper or lightweight fabrics on your projects. And we're doing something a little craftier today, but it does work on furniture, and I can show you that in just a second. So we put it down, and now I'm putting a coat on top. And sometimes with a really heavyweight cardstock, it takes a minute for it to really soak in there, but... Okay, we've got our second piece coming on now. And I just cut these out to follow the lines of the egg, because there were the lines on there. It was more interesting than one whole piece on the egg. So there's our second piece. Our third piece. And then I'm going to go over the top with it. And then our last piece. Okay. Once you've got them all on, put another coat on. And I've had some projects where there are wrinkles. A lot of times I don't mind the wrinkles. Most of the time I don't mind the wrinkles. And if they bother me, I had a project one time that I was really disgusted because I had wrinkles, so I was just going to throw it away. So I took it outside and I put it by the trash so that I could throw it away. And then when my husband came home, I said, okay, come look. I tried this project. It was dumb. It wrinkled all up. Can't believe it. I took it out by the trash. So I took him out to the trash, and the wrinkles were gone. If you put it in the sunshine, a lot of times it will bake the wrinkles out. So I pulled it back in from the trash, and it was fabulous. Okay, you can play around with this. See, I've got time to smush and to... Are you back there eating candy?
Yeah.
Yeah, Tom's eating candy. Rustling paper and eating candy. All right, you've got time to smush it around and play with it to get the wrinkles out, if the wrinkles are bothering you. I'm going to show you a piece in a minute, though, where we've got wrinkles and we just went with it. And put a little more gunk on. And then today, it's like 0 degrees here, it feels like, for Georgia for March. But I would put it outside to dry or in front of a fan. There's that one wrinkle there that's really bothering me that's not coming out. There we go. All right. So, and it just dries fabulously well. So, Tom, you want to take that? Sit it in the sunshine somewhere?
Well, sure, darling.
Thank you. All right, this one has already dried. When I did my pattern, I didn't really worry too much about you know, cutting it exactly because it's stressful and I don't do anything exactly. Where's my sander? Oh, here it is. Because when I finish, I'm going to sand the edges, and that's going to make my shape. So I'm going to start here and I'm going to sand around it. If you can zoom in, Kate. Better if you pull the sander. No, sorry, if you pull the sander down, then up, because obviously you want the paper to stick on the edges. So I'll show you that. Now, this just comes right off, and it's totally the right shape and size. Exactly what I wanted. So, once you're done with that, you can be completely done. You've got that coat of gunk on the top, so you don't really need to seal it, especially if it's an artistic kind of thing. Or you can glaze, and we're going to glaze the chickie.
Leslie Smith Dye says, hi, Laura and everyone. And Alice Erickson says, hey from Arizona.
Hey! Okay, what are you whispering? This is my best glaze? All right, I'll use the best glaze then. From Arizona? Did you say Arizona?
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. I have a sister in Arizona who needs to be watching. Apparently she's not. Okay. We're just going to put the glaze over it.
And you got a hey from Utah.
From Utah, yeehaw. Now, see, this is why I have to paint my table every now and then, because, look, I'm getting it all on the table that I've just now painted. Okay. Now we're going to blend this a little bit. Frozen?
They
Somebody
said anyone else's broadcast get interrupted.
Are we frozen? Are we frozen?
I got a little heart that came by.
Okay. Well, we'll keep going. We'll pretend we're not frozen.
It's freezing. Okay, I don't know what's happening.
Is it freezing again?
We have no it doesn't.
Oh,
they say we're back. So
okay, good. All right. So sorry. That is so frustrating.
We actually have real internet now.
I know.
We're not stealing from the quick pick down the road.
Okay, they all say we're better now.
Okay, all right. Okay, so we have our egg, not glazed. We have our chickie, we glazed him. Then we have our bunny rabbit, we did with just one sheet of wrapping paper.
Do you want to show them the look of Tom in trouble again?
No, that's sorry. Sometimes, I'm just going to power through this. Sometimes the mistakes turn out to be actually an okay thing, because I used the wrapping paper and I was cutting it out. And the ear, I don't know if you can tell, but the ear, let's see if I can just take this off. So you can, yeah, you can tell if I take it off. See, I cut it, it ripped, the wrapping paper ripped. Well, that looked dumb, so that's why we put a bow there. But how cute is the bow? So sometimes, don't get frustrated with your mistakes. Sometimes they turn out to be the inspiration for one of the funnest parts of the project. So,
we have 5 mistakes that we love.
That was ornery. Okay, there's our little Easter stuff. Then we've done a table here. So, what are you whispering about? Are we frozen again?
They say it's freezing on and off.
Yeah.
You can't switch to anything in the middle of the video, right?
No, it'll cut.
Well, all I can say is I'm so sorry. And that Tom's in big trouble, because I've spent forever planning for these things, and for us to not have internet that works is really, really frustrating. But probably none of you heard that because we're frozen. All right.
Or they did.
So, here is a table. We put wrapping paper on the top of this, and then we did the sand around it, the edges thing, so that we could, and this one, see, it has some wrinkles, but I don't mind. And I'm going to glaze it, and I'd probably do better to just sit it down, right, over here, and glaze. Did you get the wrinkles? Mm-hmm. They're pretty apparent. But since it's an older table, I didn't mind that. So, all right, here we go. We'll glaze half of it. Are you whispering about the fact that we're still going in and out, Tom?
Well, no, some people said they have you back, and one person said you look beautiful even frozen.
That's hilarious and awesome. And whoever that is, thank you. That's phantasmagorical. Okay. So, yes.
The Easter things that you were gunking earlier, were those from Target?
They were from the Target dollar spot, yes. Yes, they were. Okay. So, you can play with putting as much on is what happens when you do it over the gunk, when you've got the wrinkles is, it grabs them, which is actually really cool. And you kind of get the wrinkles highlighted, which I don't mind a bit. So see how it kind of pulls in the, see over here where we've got the wrinkles? Mm-hmm. And it kind of just makes it look old and vintage. And I can't handle just glazing half of it. I lied. I'm going to glaze the whole thing. So we're glazing the whole thing. See, look, the wrinkles. I don't mind the wrinkles. And I forgot that I was coming around to this side. I should put my shoes back on. Sorry. Time for a pedicure. Let's see. How can I stand? So, all right. So, yeah, that's what we need this week is for everybody to buy paint so I can get a pedicure, right? Okay. There we go.
And how did you attach the wrapping paper?
With our gunk. That's our decoupage medium, Rethunk Gunk. And it's what we've attached all of the papers with. And it is so, so easy to use. So, so easy to use. And it'll work on just about anything. Okay, see how fabulous is that? Really aged and old looking.
Good, Mama.
Yeah, that's it. Thank you, Katie.
You're welcome.
And you can do it on almost anything. We did it on this. We attached the words, just an old toolbox. We did it on glass. If you put a couple coats on the glass, it looks frosted, which is really cool. But we put the flower on the glass. I did a project in, was it last week's video? Where we did the back of a china cabinet and put fabric on the back of a china cabinet. And I'm getting ready to do a bookcase the same way, where you can bonk the back off and use the gunk to put a coating fabric or paper on the back of a piece of furniture.
Do you gunk the top of paper only?
No, you put the project down, like if I was doing, where's my, okay, like if I was doing this bunny, I would gunk the whole bunny. I would put this all over the bunny, then put the paper down, let it dry, and then, not let it dry, put the paper down, and then put another coat on top. Okay, so this is the one that's been out in the sunshine for a little bit, that we just now did. It's not totally dry, but it's almost dry. It's a little tiny bit. I would need to be careful sanding it. And I always go back in and check the corners before I sand too. So this
Amy
is...
Shepard said please do a stair rail tutorial next at her house.
Oh, all right, great. Yeah, somebody said last week, no, last week was the, that's right, last week was the screen porch because I felt completely responsible for the weather. I have a cough drop in my mouth, sorry.
Oh, okay.
It's medicine, it's not candy, Mr. Man. So I did the whole front porch thing, and then after I did the front porch thing, we got like, you know, snow and horrible, dumb, stupid weather. It's kind of like when you wash your car and then it rains and you know you're responsible for the rain. I felt like I was responsible for the cold weather, so sorry. But there was somebody who said we needed to do it at our house and have lemonade on the porch afterwards. And I was like, yeah, I'm up for that plan. That's great. So gunk on the wood, put the paper down, and then gunk on top. And then when it dries, I just check the edges, make sure everything's stuck down really good. And then what we did was we sanded around it so that you have... See how this is over? Because I didn't want to cut exactly. There's no sense in cutting exactly when you're going to sand around it. So, that's all there is to gunking. Send us pictures this week of projects that you have gunked. We would love to see them. If we are frozen, we are so, so sorry. We really are working on it. I think we just need a different warehouse. We just have to move our whole shebang, our whole offices to somewhere where there's better internet.
Yeah.
Or I could stay home.
We'll get right on
Thursdays. I could stay home on Thursdays. I could do it from the house. Woo! Thank you so much for joining us. Look for a retailer near you. Check out our website, www.rethunkjunkbylara.com. Thank you so much for joining us, and happy rethunking.